Welcome into the era of AI. Hello and welcome. In this lecture right here, I would like to introduce you to the niche that we're going to be concentrated on. And this is the niche that we're going to create designs for. So we're going to start by creating designs in the niche of sustainable and eco-friendly niche. So this is a niche where people that like to make the world a better place in a certain way. So make sure that you design designs that people can put on a t-shirt, on a notebook, on some stickers, water bottles, phone cases that can convey a message. And this is what the people in this niche believe in. They believe in creating these designs or putting these designs on their elements, such as a phone, so that whenever they're using their phone, someone might look at it, they might ask, what is that all about? And they might have a conversation about eco-friendliness and about some elements that are changing the world and other stuff. So the first thing we're going to start with is the Zero Waste Warrior design. Now, it's a minimalist line art of the earth cradled in hands, surrounded by small icons representing sustainable living. This can be used for reusable bottle, plant, bicycle, solar panel. I think those are just elements of the design. But if you want to generate a design, remember that you can go back to ChatGPT, the master in this case, and we can just click on the chat icon right here. And once I click, I can say, I am right now working on a t-shirt design for the niche of sustainable and let's just say eco-friendly niche. And I just want you to come up with, let's just say 5 different prompts describing 5 different designs. And each one of them must have a message regarding this niche, okay? And let's just go and hit enter. So now it's going to proceed on to give me 5 different prompts. The first one is a vibrant, detailed illustration of lush green earth surrounded by a variety of thriving plants, trees, and animals. The background should include a clear blue sky with the sun shining. Then we have another one, and we have another one. So let's go ahead and right now, first of all, copy the first prompt. And here, what we're going to do is I'm going to copy the description here, and I'm going to say, generate this design. And I'm going to place the design. And instead of saying protect the planet, embrace sustainability, I'm only going to say protect our planet. Okay, so no need for embrace sustainability. And I'm going to hit enter. And at the same time, what I can do as well is I can utilize Midjourney to generate another design. So for instance, if I copy this description, I can go to the Discord on Midjourney or Discord like so. There you go. This is the Discord. And I can use Midjourney. And first of all, notice the t-shirt design here, protect our planet. It really does look amazing, doesn't it? It really does look amazing. Now, if you don't like it, you can say generate another variation of that design. And you can hit enter. You can also utilize Midjourney by going here and hitting /imagine and then placing the description, a stylized bold graphic superhero, Now we can try to add text on Midjourney, but Midjourney will add text, except for it will always make grammatical mistakes. Now for a t-shirt design, I'm gonna keep it square, -AR, and I'm gonna keep it about 1 by 1 inches. It's already by default, but I'm just going to keep it like that. And here we have the other design, protect our planet. It really does look amazing. And you'll not be afraid of any copyright issues with these types of designs because they're so abstract. They're not copied from anyone. Okay. Now here, as you can see, these are really incredible designs. Now we got the design of the first shirt. Okay. So for this, let's say we're going to use this design for a particular shirt, a t-shirt design. Now, the second prompt is being generated. Let's go back and look at it. Now it's 32%. For the third one, let's utilize Leonardo this time. So I'm going to copy this description And I'm going to go back to Leonardo. I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to change the model from Leonardo Kino to some other model, such as Leonardo Vision XL. And also, I'm just going to keep it at 1 and 1 in terms of the dimension. And the image is being generated right now. And see this other design as well. It also looks pretty fantastic. And it also is pretty reminiscent of the message. And you can see that it's pretty good. Now, I like the first one, so I'm going to upscale the first design. And then we can go back to Leonardo to check the other design. Now, see, Leonardo really generates incredible images that you can use. But in my honest opinion, I would go for the designs generated by Midjourney and ChatGPT's DALL-E 3. Now, design prompt number 4, a nature's balance. Okay, so now let's copy this particular design here, and then let's go ahead and generate it as well. So I'm going to say generate a minimalist line art design, place it over there. And then, of course, design number 5 is basically a colorful collage of various eco-friendly products. And I'm going to copy this one as well. This one, I'm going to use Midjourney to generate. I'm going to click /imagine, place the prompt in. And then basically, I'm going to add at the end /hyphen, 2 hyphens, AR. And you can actually make this a bit bigger in terms, so you can make it 3 by 4 inches, which means 3 inches in width, 4 inches in height. And I can hit the send button, in which it's going to start generating the image for us. Now, here, let's go back. So this is another design. Generate a minimalist line design, a balanced scale. Doesn't look so bad. Looks pretty good. Now, you can also take inspiration from a platform such as Etsy. So, for example, if you go to Etsy.com, you can get inspired by some of the designs they have over there. So if I look for eco-friendly t-shirt, you'll notice that we have a lot of people here selling these t-shirts. And for example, this one, it says, be kind for our planet, and so on and so forth. So just by using this design just by using this design, you can actually imagine another image better than this one. So for instance, this design says, be kind to our planet, and it's cartoonish. So I can go back to ChatGPT and I can say the following, right? So I can say, generate a design with an earth with 2 legs, and the earth or the design is cartoonish, and the message should say protect our beloved planet, with these 2 symbols, and I can hit the send button. As you can see, it's going to generate it for us. And here is another image generated by Midjourney, and you can see that it looks pretty cool. Now, it might not really do well on a t-shirt, but you can see that Midjourney has that capability. Remember that you can also use the Niji model. But from now on, we're only going to use ChatGPT to generate the rest of the designs. So because ChatGPT can write pretty good text. Now, it says protect our beloved planet. The message is not sticking out well. So I'm actually going to say the message doesn't look so great. Make sure it's clear and use a better font. Also, make sure the earth looks better than that, and the legs should be small and almost like they were drawn using a pencil. Make it fun, okay? And here we have these particular designs here. This one we can definitely do better. Now, by the way, the fonts that they have used here, they have used Creative Fabrica. So Creative Fabrica is a platform where you can go to. And if you have an account with them, I personally have an account that I pay for every month. And on this account that I have with Creative Fabrica, you can actually search for fonts. These fonts can actually be different from niche to niche. So if it's an eco-friendly niche, you can search for, let's just say, eco-friendly font. And you can go ahead and look for a particular font that is written using eco-friendly type font, right? So that would match for a design of this particular type. And you can see here we have some interesting fonts right here that you can download. Now, pretty much, if you also go And here in this area, you can see the fonts, and you can leave only fonts, and you can filter to find the font that you would like. So for example, here we have this particular font right here, which looks pretty good. And I can click that particular font. And if I liked it, I can actually download this particular font. Now I don't need to add it to cart because I have an account. So I can just log into my account and use this font. Or I can go and look for some other fonts that might be interesting for us to use. So for instance, there's all kinds of fonts that you can utilize for these types of eco-friendly shirts, like this one here, which is used by most. And you can use this font on Canva. But because we're using DALL-E 3 and because we have the privilege that DALL-E 3 can add these fonts onto our design, we don't really need to do that, right? We can just use DALL-E 3 to write whatever message we want to write on top of a design. Plus, we can edit it. So we can pretty much edit. By the way, here, if you like this design so much, you can copy this image, go back right here, you can paste it in, and you can say, describe the design on the shirt. And then it will give you a description of the design on the shirt. And then we can ask it to generate something similar, if not better than that, more competitive. And this is the power of AI. You can take a competitor and reverse engineer them in seconds. So here it gave us a description. So here I'm going to say, generate the design. Only the design. And change the message, right? Change the message in order not to be copycats. Change the message to empower or protect our beloved Earth. And we could emphasize to make sure to not make a grammar mistake, right? In which case right now it's not going to make a grammar mistake, so it's obviously only going to generate the design with no grammatical mistakes. So let's just wait a second for it to generate the design for us. Protect our beloved Earth, and it really looks amazing. It needs a couple of editing, so we can click it, make sure that we click here on this area, on this element, and we can ask it to, right, do it bit by bit. So we can select that part of where it says beloved. I'm going to say, take the selected part and make it correct as beloved. No mistake this time. Now, as far as the other stuff, it's pretty good. Protect, there's an extra O, but it could pass. Protect our planet. It could pass as that as well. Even with that mistake, I love it because people are going to think, look, maybe he wants us to say protect your planet. And the Earth looks like a baby, which is good, that we must protect it. And the design looks incredible. By the way, you can remove the background from a design. So first of all, let's just wait for ChatGPT to render that particular design. If I go to canva.com, I can show you how this works. If I wanted to eliminate the background from a design. First of all, I'd like to click here on create a design. Secondly, if I search for t-shirt like this, it's going to enable me to look at to choose a t-shirt template type, which this is pretty much the template for a design because it allows you to put the design either at the top, the middle, or the bottom. And if I go back to the design, hopefully it edits it. And as you can see right now, it has pretty much corrected the design, which I can copy right back onto this design right here. As you can see, here it is. And I can edit this image. I can remove the background off of it using the Canva BG remover by just simply clicking right here on BG remover, in which case it's going to remove the background. If I zoom in, you can see that the background is removed. And I can pretty much increase the size like this. And I can also increase the size from the other side as well, like this. And I can also put this in the center, as you can see. I can also edit this by adjusting it, adding some auto adjustments. I can also, I need to increase the brightness. Not so much, but just a little. Add some contrast, less highlights. I could also scroll down, less vibrance, and then a little bit more sharpness and a little bit more clarity. And you can see that the design right now looks pretty good. And depending on the color of the t-shirt, if you want design to be intact so that the design is transparent, you can just say protect our planet t-shirt design, and you can download this with a transparent background. And this is a Pro Canva feature. If you want to have access to this feature, you need Canva Pro. If you don't, then you might be interested to use this software called remove.bg. Now, remove.bg will help you out when it comes to basically removing the background off of an image for free, right? But I use Canva Pro for $50 a year. And this is the design. This is how it's going to show up with no background. And you can see it's transparent, which means it can be put on top of any t-shirt. And in the next lecture, we're going to show you how you can take this, for example, this t-shirt design, and you can put it on a mock-up so that you can see how it looks. We're going to use a software called Place-It, which unfortunately you cannot use for free. I mean, if you want to know how your designs are going to look, there's either this way, or you can publish your design onto Redbubble, which is also going to give you a glimpse of how it's going to look by showing you some mock-ups. But before I take you to Redbubble so that I can show you how you can upload a product to Redbubble, I would like, first of all, to take you to Place-It so that I can show you how you can generate a template or a mock-up for your t-shirt design. Stay tuned. Passive Income Gen Z wishing you the best and signing out of this lecture.